Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 27? Is this 27?
Somewhere around there.
I think it's 27
Really?
of the Band of Bravos. Hello, I am your host and GM for this adventure. I'm Jason Bulmahn. I'm the Director of Game Design at Paizo. And before we get started on today's exciting adventure, I'm going to toss it around the horn and let everybody introduce themselves and their characters in the traditional order. James.
Hi, this is James Jacobs. I'm the creative director for Pathfinder. I'll be playing Shensen, aka Shenny Shen Shabadoo, the party bard, and currently number one plot to make friends with this big undead dragon and recruit it as a fellow ally.
Sure. Yeah.
I aim to help him with that plot. Hey guys, I'm Maryssa Maria. I'm Paizo's web content manager, and I play Ilana Thistlefoot, the halfling druid, and I will make friends with something, Jason.
Hi folks, I'm Jason Keeley, Starfinder developer. I'm playing Roark Thunderbird, the Tengu swashbuckler, and I'm only slightly offended that Ilana doesn't consider us friends.
Aww.
Oh, more friends.
It's true. That's very true.
With similar feelings, I am Peyton Smith. I'm the social media producer here at Paizo, and I am currently playing the wizard Lord Barnes. And we'd like to welcome you back to another show, Band of Bravos. If you're absolutely new here, and if you're listening to us on audio form, thank you for listening in. And if you're here live on Twitch, what we like to do every Friday at 2 p.m. Pacific time zone on Fridays, that we like to use hero points in Pathfinder Second Edition in a different way. We allow people in chat who watch Paizo streams accumulate those points and then spend them on us. And we get a total of 3, and I think currently I'm going to divvy out what we actually have total. Maryssa, you only have 1. I currently have only 1 point. Mr. Keeley has 2. Mr. Jacobs has 1, and our illustrious game master has 2. And you can contribute to those via the channel points. Now, the channel point system, which is below the chat if you're on desktop, on mobile, I forget. And basically, with those, you're able to redeem those points and grant us hero points, which hero points in Second Edition allow us to re-roll kind of like D20s, pretty much, like if we're doing a check, an attack roll, etc. But just to balance that out, because that does help us quite a bit to kind of increase our chances of success or defeat, because sometimes we roll okay and then we make it worse with these rolls. You can try to annihilate us. We have allowed our game master to have villain points. This is not a native thing in Pathfinder. It's a thing that we made up for the stream. He is able to use those points to ruin us. Say he just wants to spend all 3 of them and summon an undead dragon out of a mountain. He can do that. He can re-roll them, or he can re-roll attack rolls for enemies. He can just say, you know what? I'm just going to spend all these villain points to really mess you up. He does whatever he needs to do to balance out the odds of you guys helping us. But you too can grant villain points to make sure we all perish. So, Mr. Bulmahn, what fantastic adventure do you have for us today?
Well, I just want to note that I summoned this most recent horror without even spending any villain points. That's how amazingly powerful I am.
What?
Yeah. I did it with the power of narrative.
Completely not in the self-interest of having my character survive. Jason, you look really nice today.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, no, that's really kind of you.
You have an illustrious, benevolent aura around you, which is very kind and very forgiving. I mean, we haven't got to see each other at the offices very time soon, but there are ice cream that could be purchased. There are cookies that could be bought from Critical Hit Cookies that we can provide.
Yeah, you have to understand.
No, dude, do nothing for him. We'll do this. We'll don't.
We're the Band of Bravos, see?
That's a good idea, Jason. I'll cancel the sausage and beer order I just put in for him.
Oh, the scotch that I had over here?
All right. Enough of your rabble. When we last left our intrepid band of adventurers, 4 heroes ventured down into the depths of the earth at the behest of good King Brightcrown, a goblin king from the River Kingdoms. There, they explored a mine and freed it from the clutches of the undead, opening it up for the Goblin King's use. However, no sooner did they did so that the mine itself was overrun by orcs from below. The Goblin King, perplexed at this problem, sent you to negotiate with the orcs to find a peaceful resolution to the problem. This led you deep beneath the surface of Galarian, down into the Eternal Vault, a gigantic cave system sprawling, filled with a vast array of humanoid creatures, mostly living in harmony. I say mostly. There are conflicts and struggles, but they all come together in one place, Koboldtown. A thriving community run by kobolds there in the center of the vault. It is a neutral place, a place open to all, where all may come and do business and trade and live in peace and harmony. You ventured down there to speak with the orcs. However, upon meeting with them, you quickly came to realize that the orcs had been taken advantage of quite a bit in the past years, and that if you wanted their trust to form a deal, you would need to assist them. You would need to help them get boats, and you would need to help them with a cloaker problem. You have since gone on to deal with these problems. You went to the boggards and dealt with them. You went to the drow and found out that they were controlling the cloakers via a threat of some fleshy monster that lived in their caves. And you took care of all these things and returned to Koboldtown. Koboldtown is, as I said, a thriving community, and upon arriving there, you found out that the place was in trouble. In the past few days, perhaps stretching back even longer than that, the town has been rocked by a series of earthquakes that have been causing some troubles. And for many of the kobolds, this is a sign of an ancient prophecy come true. The kobolds of Koboldtown, of course, worship the Mother, a dragon patron that was said to have founded this town and settle this place. And while the clergy of the faith say that the Mother did this so as to make the Koboldtown the center of the Eternal Vault and a place where all could come together, there are some in the faith, a kind of schism in the faith of the Mother, that believe that this place is the inheritance of the kobolds and that the dragon will one day return. In fact, when you first arrived, you arrived in the middle of a ceremony celebrating their kind of joining of the town and the passing of the Mother, supposedly around something called the Final Egg Festival, where it talked about the dragon's final battle against the Earthen Lords, where the dragon was killed, but before it died, it hid away one final egg. You return to this town to find it in chaos, the earth being rocked and shook. You made your way up to the orcs to speak with them, and the orc emissary was happy, glad to learn that you had solved their problem with the boats and with the cloakers, and that she would immediately send word back to the leaders of her people that you were to be trusted and could be spoken with. However, these earthquakes were causing troubles for all, and as a result, the emissary was about to head back to her people. And upon leaving her enclave, you were walking out, and the plaza out in front is filled with these kobold fanatics who are worshiping at the shrine, calling out to their dragon patron, seeing these quakes as a sign. And it was then that the earth gave a tremendous shudder, that the ground itself rocked. All of you were thrown from your feet, and then the top of the temple exploded. Emerging from it was a terrifying creature made of bones and ghostly essence. This horrifying dragon came rising up out of the ruins, unleashing a terrifying roar.
I fixed
Drawing mustaches on my dragon.
No! I'll draw what I want. I have the power. I'm a wizard.
I am going to turn off your ability to draw. I don't actually have the ability to do that, I don't think. So anyway, that is where we left off our last session. I see no reason to advance the storyline. We're right here. So I think we will pick it up right there. So here's the situation. The Bravos have been tossed to the ground. They are picking themselves up. The kobold fanatics that are here have all fallen down in rapture and are throwing their hands up. They seem oblivious to you. But in that they are not really paying attention to you at all. They're all looking up at the top of this ruined church. And as you are standing there, the dragon kind of claws its way up out of the temple and takes to flight, going soaring out over the town. And as it does so, you can hear screams and cries of panic from throughout Koboldtown. What are you doing?
I'm getting the heck out of here. Come on, boys.
I don't think we can handle this one.
Is it adjacent to us?
No, as a matter of fact, it's flown off.
It's flown off. Okay. That's even better news.
Does it look like it's coming back around?
So, it doesn't look like it's looking out over the town. You can see it kind of circling Koboldtown. And as it flies around, and it's got to be, 100 feet above the ground, 200 feet above the ground. It's soaring around, and every once in a while, its arc does bring it close back to around near the temple, and you can see it kind of trying to gain its balance. It's very awkward. It's not flying particularly well at this moment, but even though it doesn't look like it has its balance, as it goes soaring over the town, you hear screams and cries of panic from the people down in Koboldtown. They are clearly quite terrified that this thing is soaring overhead.
Oh, I've seen this movie. Shensen, where's that longbow?
Got it handy. You want me to shoot it?
I'm going to get to the highest tower.
You are a bard.
Oh, that's true.
So to give you a better sense here, the dragon came bursting out of this building up here near the top, and has been soaring around, circling, the town, and making its way around the backside. It hasn't done anything yet other than let out roars and swoop around, but mind you, it's been a minute, so who knows what's going on.
And where roughly are we? Like here-ish?
Yeah, you're kind of right up here. Yeah, you're up on the hill here, just below the main kind of church building.
Well, first thing I recommend we do is get down and start heading out of Koboldtown. I mean, I assume we've discussed with the orcs to be all like, you need to go too.
Yeah, we just left the emissary, and they're like, yep, we're leaving because of all the fanatics. And we're like, cool, we got stuff to do up top. And then a dragon. All right.
So I guess our plan now is to get out, find the deep gnomes, and then get out of here.
So my question is, well, first of all, Shensen, what's up with your performance check there?
That's Peyton mentioning that we should get down, so I was just getting out in front of that. And
I hit Shensen.
Oh, I see. So that's how it's going to be. All right. If you recall, the emissary also gave you her ring, which she said would allow you to pass through the mines unmolested.
And through the mines, let's go.
That sounds like a plot point. Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Just to make sure everybody remembers. So, your plan then is to kind of come down off the hill here and make your way probably back towards this gate.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yep.
But I do want to, if anyone looks like they're in trouble, I will stop and help them.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. So, you are making your way down the hillside here. So reaction in town is kind of mixed in ways. There is a lot of folks who are screaming and running and fleeing the town. There are some kobolds are going up and they're like falling down to their knees and offering, pleading prayers, mac, up to the dragon. But just as many kobolds are looking fearful and terrified and fleeing from this. So it's clearly not like a universal reaction. Clearly, many of the kobolds are not happy that this is occurring. But as of yet, you haven't really seen any like altercations or people in trouble. The earthquakes have caused a lot of damage. And especially this most recent one caused some buildings to kind of crumble, and some of them have lost like parts of their parapets or whatnot, and there is rubble now in the streets, and in some places it is quite dense and hard to get past, but it's not too troublesome, at least not yet. The ground has at least stopped shaking, but with this thing flying overhead and roaring as it does so, like more rocks crumble and fall from things just from the sheer volume of it. But you're making your way down this hill without too much trouble, and kind of when you get to the bottom, there's like a main intersection, and that is where you are approaching right now.
Ah, yes, the intersection.
Whoa, there's a lot to unpack here. Hang on.
All right. So there's rebel. There's lots of kobolds. Who are you?
I'm gonna take some liberties and move us up to here because of the overlay stuff. There you go.
Yeah, no worries. That's fine. I kind of just put you down there because that's the angle that you've been coming from. So you've made your way down this hill here, and you've kind of made it to this major intersection. And the direction you want to go is probably up over this way. But it looks like the intersection up ahead, there are a bunch of these fanatics kind of holding court. You're not sure what's up with that, but there are a lot of kobolds here, and not very many other people.
That guy in the middle there looks awfully like a dexterity 10 cult leader. I'm just guessing.
What?
I said, Jason, there's a problem with your map, by the way. There's no cat.
Yeah, I'm looking for the cat right now. I'm really concerned that the cat might have been hit by a rock.
Yeah, what the
Cat
hell?
had an earthquake and went, nope, I'm out.
Oh, that could be the case.
Gotta be a kitty on a barrel.
There.
Feral cat or corner cat. He's catty corner.
There he is.
All right.
Top left chat. There you go. There's your kitty
Sorry
cat.
about that, everybody. The cat was not on the map. That is unacceptable. All right. So now that I've fixed that problem,
It's a very important problem. Like, I mean, dragons raiding towns and stuff, whatever. Cats in corners, it's kind of, it holds
Gotta stop the
society
game.
together.
it is our brand. That is for sure. All right.
Do the cultists look like they're paying any attention to us?
Not as of yet, but you're still kind of way back here behind some rubble.
I am gonna edge my way yonder, moving quickly, but not trying to draw major attention to us, because so far they're holding court, but they don't look like they're causing problems, and we've got to go.
Even from this distance, you can hear this kind of kobold behind the barricade here, crying out, "Mac, mac, 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 mac," and basically he's crying out, the time has finally come. The outsiders will be purged. They shall be driven from Koboldtown, and this shall be a place only for kobolds now and forever. And the kobolds that are around are like, yay, yay, kill the outsiders.
Oh, well, that's a problem.
All right, sneak checks, everybody.
Yep.
Some D20s out. May I
Creeper mode.
May I attempt to sneak by?
Well, it depends on where you're trying to sneak to and what you're attempting to do.
I would like to suggest to everyone that we do a little sneakeroonie, because I assume we're trying to get up to the north side of the map, correct?
you are trying to get to here. This alleyway here is a dead end right off the map.
Okay, so we have to sneak around.
Yeah, rubble collapsed.
Do I have any more 3-level spells yet? I'll just send another distraction. I have 1 3rd-level spell.
Yeah, let's save it. Let's see if we can save situations first. I suggest we get behind that building in front of us first and behind some of that rubble, which I assume the rubble, like we're walking in through an alleyway, there's like piles of rubble with destroyed buildings, and the one that we're going to is still an intact house, but to the north of it is like a pile of rubble that's good enough for sky breathers at least to hide behind.
So when interpreting this map, if there is like piles of rubble, much of that is like from the building next to it, where like a corner of the wall has fallen over, but the building itself is still relatively intact. So this building right here looks like a shop that sells lizards on a stick. It's a little snack shop, but it's still relatively intact. It looks like the front kind of service counter and whatnot collapsed. On the other side here, it just looks like part of the second floor collapsed and rained rubble down. So, you know, you got rubble and junk all over the place, but mostly if the buildings are there and the rubble is there, that's what you really have to worry about. There's more debris all over the place, but it would have colored the map too much.
I'm roughly kobold height, so I'm just going to pull the hood of my cloak up and try to stay on the down low. I'm just a kobold making my way.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to sneak to behind the building, basically this area here.
Yeah, sure. Everybody can attempt to sneak up there. Please give me a stealth check to do so.
Sneaky snake. Lon got a 19.
Oh, that was a 15.
24. And I've pulled up my clandestine cloak hood, so I'm just a forgettable character in the background that's taller than most kobolds.
All right.
I'm noticeable, but I'm kobold height, so I'm gonna hope that they just see a panicked kobold running by.
Well, up to this point, they haven't really paid much attention to you at all. The group manages to get up to this building without really attracting any attention at all. The kobold that is over here kind of glances in this direction, but doesn't really pay you any mind or say anything. They're mostly paying attention to the speaker here in the middle, who is still shouting about the glory that is to come, that soon this entire cave will be purged of those who do not worship the great dragon. So yeah, that's kind of what they're doing right now. They're not really paying you much heed.
I'm less worried about the crew right now. I'm more worried about these two back here, because those look like trouble. And we have to sneak directly around them.
Yeah, I mean, they're certainly in your way.
We could climb her up on top of this building and creep over the roof.
Or we could just emotep it. Yes, all hail, all hail. Go with the crowd. Emotep, emotep.
Just grab her.
Well, you tell me what you're trying to do. I'm just sitting, my kobold fanatics are just out here crying out about the glory that is to come, how the flesh of the non-believers shall be stripped from their bones and fed to their young.
Vincent, do you have ghost sound?
Do I have ghost sound?
No. Shensen, as I was saying.
Oh.
You're not Shensen. Would you like to employ that as if you just say very loud, going, "Man, we hate the dragon over there, and we hate all kobolds. Death to the kobolds!" Like somewhere like away from
over
us.
Here.
Yeah, like down the sewer or something.
Why does my ghost sound like he's got an accent?
I mean, you would act correct.
Well, more of a dancer and a singer and an attention getter.
Perform, Shensen. Now's your time for the audience. Go.
So
I will make a ghost sound of somebody like Lorne making a fracas down over to the lower left.
I hate kobolds. Kobolds are stinky.
You can make kind of a general kind of sound of rabble, but you can't make
rabble.
You can't make like intelligible speech. That's a higher level spell.
Gotta say, just like rapid fire mechs.
Yeah, it's like kobold gibberish.
Mech is 100% intelligible speech. That's cheating.
As we
I do
all
have.
learned.
Yeah, exactly. I do have, since I'm casting it at 3rd level, I do have. Ooh, where's my arrow? I do have a range of 60 feet, so I'll try to.
You know the alleyway south of us.
Yeah, make it or like down in here, maybe.
Like alleyway south of us.
All right. Yeah, I'll make it down there to the south, like back. Well, that's also not going to be that. It's not super loud. It's not going to be able to overpower this cult leader and everything. Anyway, can I try? I'm going to basically try to use this to distract their attention down south while we creep north.
All right. So you cast this spell, and it sounds like you making it sound kind of like kobold sound, or you want it to be more like humans?
I want to be more like humans, like awful outsiders that need to be done for by the glorious kobold cultists.
All right. It sounds like, a rowdy soccer match going on down there. And
Rhubarb.
Yeah. And you can kind of, the kobolds right near it obviously hear it, right? They're right next to it. And they both turn and kind of stare in that direction, but they look pretty confused, and they start shouting, "Mac, mac, 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 mac." And, within a moment or two, this kobold, and this kobold kind of make their way over here to kind of investigate. But to be honest, the rest of the bunch are kind of still paying attention. They're kind of out of earshot, and you can notice the well, actually none of you can see him. You can only hear him kind of shouting and still talking about the glory and the doom that will come to the outsiders.
Shensen, can you send a mirror image on a wild goose chase?
Only if I'm also on the same goose chase, because they stick right next to me.
That's not
have
what
we,
I wanted
Jason?
to hear.
Have we done enough heroics to gain a level? Because I could pick a more powerful illusion that would allow us to distract them if we did.
You feel like you've got to be right on the precipice. You're like, you've got to be like, you're. If you could only be a little bit more heroic for like, say, another 2 hours and 29 minutes.
It's like the X-Men. We have to get just a little more stress to unlock our powers.
Yeah.
Like Super Saiyans that get beat up real hard, and then you're just ultra powerful after. It's high level.
In order to facilitate that, I'm going to go sneak up behind this rock.
All right. Go ahead and give me another stealth check.
And before I go, I'll whisper to Lawrence, like, I'm going to get us out of here. You just watch.
Okay.
Yeah, 28.
So Shensen does indeed sneak up over there quietly and deftly, making all the way up behind that rock there, and is hiding out. The kobolds seem none the wiser.
I will now...
Let me move up a little bit too, next to...
Can you give me a stealth check as well?
Yeah.
Got you there.
Anybody who's coming out
23.
around the corner needs to give me a stealth check.
Wait, Lauren, did you move me around the corner? Okay.
Yeah, because we were going the same place, and we'll just say we're like
You
by
had
each other.
dibs.
I'm going to draw another ghost sound, if I can, over at that wagon to make it sound like there's a bunch of really soft, easily beat up humans hiding out underneath it.
We
A whole
like
bunch of,
breathing
like-
air from the sky so much.
I'm so pasty and feeble. Don't hurt me, kobold.
I don't even have scales.
If only I could be skinned by kobolds and offered up to their dragon god.
Yes, eat me, dragon god.
I can't hardly move with all the treasure I'm carrying.
Oh.
So that gets this kobold to kind of come over here and investigate. But the kobold right here, I'm gonna do one of these. Let's just see what we get. Oh, that's terrible.
He rolls a nat one. Like, yeah, you go over there now. You lost today. You're not.
No. He just wanders. He's fine. The other one, I'll give him a shot as well. Come on, it can't be that bad. Oh, well, there we go.
That's a 22.
Yeah. This kobold is looking rather confused and is kind of coming over here because right when you cast the spell, you yourself have to make noise.
Sure.
Like you've managed to kind of scatter them about a bit, but this kobold is climbing up on the rubble and is about to see you. Shensen, what are you doing?
I am going to charm him.
Oh boy. All right. So you're going to go ahead and throw a charm at this poor kobold that is climbing up over the walls. Let me go ahead and give a will save. Oh boy.
Just one shy.
So glorious.
Well, I it's like, oh, I could spend a hero point, but I rolled a 17, so I'm not gonna press my luck on that one because there's a decent chance I'll critical fail.
I don't know. Sometimes Roll20 just remembers all those Benjamins we gave it.
Yeah, no, it's fair. So in this case, the kobold climbs up over the rubble and sees you and is like, "Hey, Mac."
I'll say, "Hey, Mac," and then in Undercom I'll say, "I heard there's some. You should get all your friends and go over to." I'll point over on the far side of the map in the opposite corner. It's like there's some outsiders down there. Go get them, and you'll be the hero if you run over there and then call everyone over to help, and they'll say, "You are the hero. Go get him."
Mac.
Mac him in the Mac.
The first thing he does is he hops over the rock and gives you a big hug.
Bonus points. I'll
Mac.
look over to Ilana. That's how you make friends.
Wow. Wow. That's so mean.
Oh my God.
See, Ilana, here's how you don't be a failure. And then just, God.
Mind control.
At least my parents are proud of me, Lorne.
So
I didn't do anything to you.
the kobold goes running off over here, and he's screaming to the other kobolds, "Mac, Mac, Mac, Mac," and they start following along.
And go.
Within a moment here, like a bunch of the kobolds have gone running off. The one that does not appear to go along with this is the leader who's in the middle, who is suddenly looking off to the other side and is like, "Mac, Mac, 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 Mac," and you hear him shouting, "What are you fools doing? Get back here! We're holding this."
27 to get up with Shensen. Go, go, go.
All right. So what
It's
do you
good
do?
with you. If it's good with you, you can try to stealth over near Shensen. Because of grids, it's kind of hard for us to, I'm trying to like to sidle up.
Well, yeah, I mean, you got to have space to do it, right? There's only so much room you can hide in places. But I mean, you
creep over into that corner.
All right.
Basically stealthing over. Whoop. Born got a 23.
All right.
As good as it's ever going to get.
Yeah, just about. Rolling a 19.
There you go.
Ilana, you want to give me a stealth check as well?
Oh, that's my earlier one was the 27 that I said.
Oh, all right. Yeah, that just happened.
Yeah.
Usually
Roark,
like, if you're not moving, you don't have to
do
roll.
and then roll.
Yeah. I'm gonna stay here until there's more room for me to places to hide. I mean, I don't think I can hide very well there. So
no, there's not much space there. Shensen, can you give me another stealth check as you kind of hop over the boulder and get to the other side?
Boing.
Oh boy.
Hero point. Hero point. Much better. Boing. 17.
That's not much better.
No, but I mean, it's either good enough for me to stealth or it's bad enough that they notice me, and that's a win-win.
Well, in this case, it's bad enough that they notice you because the kobold in the middle suddenly screams out, "Ah! Outsiders!" and is pointing at you.
No, we're not. I like to persuade. Can I persuade? Say nuh-uh and
yeah, you can say nuh-uh.
Okay,
but
if I get a 20 in this diplomacy, will you allow it?
If you roll a nat 20.
Darn it, I got 2. It's like
you got
1-0 off. I see the 20 on the die, though. It's kind of up there.
Yeah, there's a 20 near the top, but that doesn't count.
I'm like, come
The
on.
20's aimed at us.
I'm kobolds. I only speak undercommon. Darn it. It's just like, no, I'm escorting them out of town. Mech.
Yeah, about that. Roll initiative.
Dang it.
all right, fine.
Dingo darn. I tried to not fireball the kobolds, but the game master made me. Hey, where's that 20?
Natural
Ilana?
20. Are you really sure you want to do this? We could just go if you let us go. There's a dragon overhead. Aren't you busy sacrificing to him? We can just get out of town, which is exactly what you want.
Is it now?
They want our skin and stuff.
All right. Well, the kobold leader has screamed out at you, shouting out. Oh, let me resort that. I didn't see Shensen was in there. Okay. And the other kobolds, though, are mostly kind of unaware at the current moment, but the cult leader is certainly onto you. Ilana, you get to go first.
All right, I am going to. I need 30 feet cone, so I need to make it 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Does that count as. Does this count as rough
counts
terrain?
as difficult terrain.
Okay. Which explain to me really fast for me and the audience.
Basically, each square of it counts as 2. If you move into it diagonally, it counts as 3.
Okay, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So I could get here.
Yeah, I think so.
All right. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And I think that is. Oh, darn.
Well, you're measuring from the wrong square.
Haha. Okay, perfect. All right. I'm going to cause a big old distraction and take out these ones that are closest to us, hopefully, with a crashing wave.
Whoosh.
And I'm going to look back at the Bravos and just go, run!
All right, so you unleash a crashing wave of water that comes washing over. And let me just make sure I've got this correct here. Okay, so it's hitting the cult leader and the fanatic that's over there. It's missing the kind of ordinary kobold supplicant that's over nearby. All right,
That is okay.
let me roll a reflex save for the leader. Here we go.
Get under 21.
Ooh, here's where his dexterity of 10 is gonna. Oh, what?
What?
About that.
As you roll a 19 with a 34 total.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
a 19 for a 34. Andy's got cover from this. So the wave slams into the barricade, throwing debris all over the place. But the kobold cult leader that is behind it appears unaffected. The fanatic, who has no such protection, fails and takes 17 points of damage as the water blasts the kobold. That doesn't knock anybody back or anything, right? It's just damage.
No, it's just damage.
All right. Nope.
And is very distracting as a giant wave.
Yeah, that is certainly true. It certainly got everyone's attention when this giant blast of water goes washing through the square. Many of the kobolds are suddenly looking around confused, as many of them were in the middle of being kind of bamboozled by various spells. That is the end of Ilana's turn. Next up, Shensen.
All right. I'm going to go. Wrong button. Let's see here. So that's 5, right? Because that's not a difficult. Is that difficult terrain I'm stepping into right
It
there?
is not. No.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 25, 30.
Yep.
I'm going to go to there as a move action. And considering it looks like we're about to get in a tussle, I'm going to do the Inspire Courage Lingering Composition.
All right.
And this performance will be like 30 limericks. Oh, that's no good. I'm going to hero point that.
a nat 1 is a bad roll.
Yeah. Yeah, 26 is much better. These
26
are very
is
amusing.
a success.
All right, so that gives us 3 rounds of bard music. And I've got one more action. I will get out my longbow.
All right. Okay, so you can go ahead and get out your longbow. That is no problem. Next up, the cult leader goes. Rising up from behind the broken and shattered barricade. Let me take it.
Well, this map's actually big enough that my bard bonus might actually matter. Radius. Let's see here.
Yeah, it might. Come here.
Here comes the glory of bard sunlight. Yeah, got them all. Barely.
Oh.
Okay, so the cult leader kind of comes up from behind the barricade and moves his hands and calls out to the dragon above, and extending from his outstretched hands is a blast of kind of black tendrils that come reaching out from him directly at you, Ilana. And
grim.
It is very grim indeed. And that does not remotely give me the right number of dice, so I need to add some.
I can beat a 0. I can throw a fortitude DC of 0.
Yeah, well, that's really odd, actually. Why is that a 0?
I should have just cast the monkeys as a distraction anyway.
It's
really
the
odd
rules,
that that
Jason. You
came up
can't
as a
change
0.
it. It's the rules. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
imprint
it's
on the screen.
it's in the
It's gone. It's forward.
So here's how this is going to work. It is a fortitude save. If you could go ahead and make that for me, I am going to get my correct number of dice as well while I'm here.
What do I have to beat?
You'll figure that out as you go.
25. Does that beat it? Oh, please tell me that beats it.
You got a 25?
I did get a 25.
That is a failure.
What?
Yeah. So here's how this is going to work. You take 16 points of damage as the tendrils come out and grasp you. In addition to that, you are also bleeding rather profusely. Let's see. We'll go ahead and use this icon with a 3. You have bleed 3.
Okay. Oh, ouch. That's not good at all.
So that was my first 2 actions, and then with my third action, I'll go ahead and cast shield. All right. That is the end of the cult leader's turn. Lorne.
Everybody knows what. Everyone knows what time it is.
Is it?
Unseen servant time! Yay!
Yeah! Fireball! Basically, all right, Gritspelt, guide my aim, and I'd get the staff and like I'm golfing a fireball out there. Boom! I want the radius to hit as many kobolds as possible, including that wizard. So the group kind of down there.
You tell me. It's got a 20-foot radius. Where do you want to center it?
I wish I had a template. I don't have one, or else I'd tell you exactly for 20 feet. So that's kind of the struggle here. So I can, here maybe that's kind of like the difficulty of it all.
Let's just say center it on that cult leader and just.
Yeah, if you center it on him, you will hit a lot of
number.
the things nearby.
Yeah,
but it's like a 20-foot radius, right?
Look at all these arrows. Arrows everywhere.
Yeah. The issue is that if I only do the cult leader, I hit a guy.
No, you don't.
That's,
What about
I get
this one?
3.
Yeah.
You hit
this one. This one right.
5. You hit
4.
5 people. And then
This
2
guy's-
Sure about that?
Okay,
are
so
we doing by
1, 2,
2,
3,
4.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This gentleman.
Yeah.
Right here.
Wait, Jason,
You
which
said
one?
cult leader, not this guy. So yeah, we can do that guy. So I hit them all.
Which kobold was my hug friend?
Oh, right.
The one that's way down here.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm sure he'll be fine.
All right, I shoot on that one. This fellow. I guess this will hit as many as possible.
And it's roughly that.
Yeah. Yeah, roughly. Yeah.
a little less. A little less. But that's pretty close.
Cool. All right, are we ready, boys? And fireball. Kind of that average damage. 22 fire damage coming in. They all have to make a reflex save and pass 23.
All right. So it's not going to hit the one down in the corner, but it will hit just about everybody else.
It'll hit.
That's in that.
Yeah.
So
Basically,
okay, so
all of these
here's how this
boys.
works. I have 4 kobolds that need to make saves. So I'm going to go ahead and roll all those really quickly. Here they come. These are for the ordinary kobolds. None of those were natural 20s. So, they all die. The blast of flame incinerates them entirely. when the smoke clears, there are charred, smoking kobold corpses left, ruined on the cobbles of this square. The cult leader, I will roll last. Let me go ahead and roll for the fanatic. The fanatic is going to make it and take 11 points of fire damage. The blast dries him off, at least, from the blast of water that washed over him just moments ago. And now, last but not least, the cult leader. Go ahead and roll this reflex save as well. 27 will make the save. It is not a critical success, though, so the cult leader will also take 11 points of fire damage. Singed and burned by the blast, the cult leader looks on defiantly and starts screaming, "Kill the outsiders!"
There's still 4 kobolds left to do rolls on.
There's still what?
There's still 4 kobolds left to do rolls on.
There's some confusion about where you put it.
Yeah, I put it like, I tried to do my arrow here, so it would also, no, it wasn't. It was one that was like here, which all these 3 would have got hit as well, including this guy here.
Well, then it wouldn't have hit the ones up top.
No. I didn't do the ones up top. I didn't do it on the cult leader. I did it more south. So it hit as many as possible. So you can put those 2 back.
Well, let me go ahead and remove 11 from this one down here, because it would have hit him instead. Take out that one.
Yeah, so
that one. This one I'll move back up here, and this one
that can work. Well. And just do one save on this corner fellow who is the precious boy who gave the hug, and he will perish.
Well, he was precious and friendly until you just incinerated all of his friends. All right. Yeah.
Gotta make he has to make a save. He has to see if he survives, Jason.
Who does?
That last one in the corner.
Oh, the friend?
Yeah, the friend. He was also in the blast radius.
Come on, 20. Come on, 20.
Oh, he saved. He saved it. He'll take half damage, but is that enough?
He made it, so he still dies. No.
I'm sorry for the confusion. I thought the arrow was displaying correctly. My bad.
There was
were
like
too many
30
arrows on the map at once because everybody was trying to help.
Yeah, and the only last one would be this. Well, you already rolled for Fnac. Don't worry about it.
I took that into account. And
we're good. Like if we mess up now, I agree, dog. Like we're fine. I'm sorry for making it complicated. And then I'll cast shield.
All right. That is the end of your turn. All right. The fanatics are going to go. Let's see. The first fanatic up here is. Gonna move. Take a step up to Shensen.
Oh, hi.
And is going to swing at you with a short sword.
Ow!
Armor class of 28.
That's a hit.
For 7 points of damage. And then with kind of fervent frenzy, he is going to attack you again. Let's go ahead and make that strike. Oh!
That also seems pretty good.
A natural 20 is a critical hit for another 7 points of damage. That is also going to come with some bleed. You have a D6 bleed now from that hit. And that is the end of that fanatic's turn. The other fanatic that has been blasted by a gout of flame is going to spend, let's see here. Or just there. Yeah, I think either way is going to be 2 moves. Yep. All right, is going to spend 2 actions charging up to Ilana and is going to swing his short sword at Ilana.
Really? Well, I'm all tied up.
Armor class of 28.
Gonna hit. That's gonna hit.
Is a solid hit for 11 points of damage.
Ilana, no. Make friends with it.
That is the end of the two fanatics' turns. We are over to Roark.
I'm more worried about these guys than I am the dragon now.
Yeah.
Can I leap over this debris using one-toed hop?
Yes.
Okay, so I will 15 feet to go here. Bloop.
Yeah, no problem at all.
Yeah, so I and I have it's a little bit wuxia as
Like
me
a
as
Super
I,
Mario hop.
I
think
assume
it's-
it's like how crows hop, where they're like dink 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 dink.
Fair enough. It's real
Yay!
real dorky looking.
No, it's awesome looking. I approve.
Just like
But if
the
it
image of
gets
you.
it done.
Gets the job done. I will rapier stab.
Just
this
imagine you
fella here.
hopping over, just all in just like Three Musketeers style music to start having like, and you're just now swashbuckling with this one, like
Yeah.
and then you're just pushing it back.
Ha-ha! You didn't know I
So-
was here. Ha-ha!
So you go hopping up over this. The fanatic that is on the other side looks at you with kind of wide-eyed wonder as you kind of come hopping down, and your rapier pierces straight through his defenses and into his throat. That is a critical hit. That is going to
Nice.
do 24 points of damage plus the deadly, which is a
3.
total of 27. Nah.
This rapier's been real good for me. Thank you.
Roark rolled a 34,
Very
by
good.
the way, audio people.
Yeah.
I talked over. My bad.
You have very badly hurt that kobold fanatic. He looks on death's door after the rapier slash. He looks very, very badly hurt, but he is somehow still managing to stay standing.
He's also flat-footed because of my weapon specialization.
No, that's less good.
And I will try to finish him off because I have one more action.
All right.
I'm gonna reroll
Ooh.
that. I'm definitely gonna reroll that.
A roll of a 2 comes out to a total of 12.
gonna
However,
try
re-rolling, spending a hero point gets you a 28, which is another solid hit. And that is going to finish off the fanatic. He crumples at Ilana's feet, his blood splashing all over the hem of her robe.
How
That
dare you!
is the end of Rourke's turn. We are back to the top of the order.
Did you just
Ilana.
go, how dare you bleed upon my person? And then just,
At the end of the round, by the way, the kobolds go running up to their cultist fanatic, almost as if to protect. And that's it.
All right. I thank you, Roark. Am I still tied up with tendrils and bleeding?
You are still bleeding. The tendrils never were tying you, but they faded away almost immediately, but you are still bleeding.
So I just got smacked around with some tendrils, but I am bleeding. What do I have to roll to take care of that? Just a d20?
Well, the bleeding will happen at the end of the round. You'll take 3 points, and then you get a flat check to see if it ends. You can also spend 2 actions to give yourself another flat check. Or because this is bleeding, if you get any healing, the bleeding will end.
All right. I need to get closer. I think I will be okay with the flat check, so I can get closer and take care of... Okay, 5, 10, 15. I'm going to move up. I'm just going to go, well, that really hurt. We really didn't want to do this. And I'm going to cast fungal infestation at all of them.
Oh no. well, that's not very nice.
They weren't being very nice either. We just wanted to go around them, and now they're attacking my friends and me. And if he's going to leave me bleeding, I'm going to leave him poisoned.
Oh, and you know what? Just to be clear on the bleed damage, the only way it automatically ends is if you are healed to full. It automatically ends. Just so you know. All right, so you go there and unleash a fungal infestation on them. They are all going to get, let's see, a fortitude save.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Is that a good old boy or a bad old boy?
Well, some of them aren't very good at fortitude saves. So let's go ahead and do 3 for the ordinary kobolds here first. Oh, hey, one made it.
Rude.
That's shocking.
That's all right. All right.
So 2 of them now have fungal infestation. We'll go ahead and put little plant icons on them
Nice.
for that.
So,
And that is going to do, let's see, 2d6 persistent damage, correct?
Yep.
Okay. And let me go ahead and roll for the cult leader as well.
On a success, it's half persistent poison.
Oh,
so-
all right. Oh, yeah,
So-
you're absolutely right. Yep. Okay. So the cult leader is going to make this save as well. So for these, I'm going to go ahead and put a little
Hatch dice.
2 on the ones that have 2d6 and a 1 on the ones that have 1d6. Make it easy to remember. Come here. There we go. All right. So that is now on there. That is the end of Ilana's turn. Ilana, you are going to take 3 points of damage and go ahead and bounce me a d20 to see if the bleed ends.
Right.
You can do it, Ilana.
Oh, please do
I
this. 12.
That is a failure. You
Do
will
I
continue to
have
bleed.
A hero. I'll be fine. I'll be all right.
It's just
I
3
think.
per round.
I hope. All right.
Just
All right,
take their blood.
Vampire it up.
Yeah, just get a sippy cup.
All right. That is the end of Ilana's turn. Shensen.
I regret my choice of weapons drawn. I put my longbow away.
Yep.
I look at this guy that came up to me next to me, and I kind of just shake my head in disappointment and draw
Shake
my
my head,
scimitar
SMH.
and stab him, slash him, get him.
All right.
That's not good.
That is not very good. No.
Eh,
You are given back
That's
a
okay.
point if you want to use it.
nope. I want to save my point for something real and important.
Fair.
So that's what? That's 3
enough.
actions, correct? Still
Let's
get
see.
a
Put
weapon
away,
stab.
draw, and attack. Yeah, that's going to be all 3.
All right.
All right.
And then I will take my bleed damage of how much?
For you, it is a d6, so it's going to be this much. 4.
All right. And here's that.
And you do not make the flat check and continue to bleed. All right. That is the end of Shensen's turn. Next up, the glorious leader is going to go. Let's see. All right. So the cult leader is going to go ahead and cast a spell. Let's see here. Actually, you know what? Considering where everyone is, I think it is a perfect time to cast another Grim Tendrils. This one is going to be in a line.
No, thank you.
Let's see. It'll do that. Assuming that actually showed up. Who could know?
Look out! It's tendrils.
So, Ilana and Roark, can you both make me fortitude saves, please?
Right. That is not good. That's a 19 and 18.
Those rolls are not good. Yeah, that is correct.
Roark, we both have hero points.
I'm gonna save it.
Take 15 points of damage.
Oh.
Roark, you are now also bleeding. The bleed does not stack. But that is that. And then with my third action, I will cast shield again. All right.
Wait, now he has to 1d6, 1d3.
He will take a d6. All the kobolds will take their damage at the end of the round. So just going to go ahead and take 2 from the fungal growth. And let me roll and see if it ends. It does not. Okay. The cult leader is screaming out. He cries out to the heavens above, "Oh, great master, come down and smite these non-believers. Smite the unworthy. Smite the unchosen. Smite these sky breathers." Of course, it's all in kobold, so it's more like, "Mac, mac, mac, mac."
Mac Mac.
That was rude, Lorne.
I know.
Wow.
That's the point.
Wow, that got harsh quick. Lauren, it's your turn.
Dad, after all the slurs and dragons roaring in the distance, I'll have to, unfortunately move up, I feel. Which I have to be all like, yeah, I'm going to have to little move in here to help with the thing I want to. I'll basically kind of chilling out on some rocks. And I will cast Electric Arc. Trying to basically target the cult leader and an adjacent kobold, pretty much top left, just to make life easier. I feel like that damage is wrong, but eh.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's probably right. It is a cantrip.
It's been
yeah.
heightened.
So, let's see. You were throwing this at the cult leader and which kobold?
Top left of him.
Ah, all right. Okay, so you go ahead and throw an electric arc at him. He is going to make a reflex save. Go ahead and try that. He is going to take nothing.
Yep, because he crits his reflex save.
Because I rolled a nat 20.
Of course you
and
did.
the other kobold, can I get a second nat 20? Come on, roll 20.
Nope, he got a 15.
Nope, instead I get electrocuted. So that solves that. All right, that is the end of Lauren's turn. Roark, Thunderbird.
These barrels are really cramping my style. 15.
Barrels, the natural enemy of the swashbuckler.
If they were on their side and I was standing on them and rolling on them, then that would be more like it.
Yeah,
But,
that'd be different.
As it is, they're just in my way.
I mean, you could balance on top of the rubble and stuff. I mean, you could do that.
Save one for going over a waterfall later.
Indeed. So can I get up to just jumping on this barrel as a single move action from where I was?
Yeah, if you give me an acrobatics check that you don't totally screw up.
Sure thing. 17. Could be way better. But
That is
it's
a
not
roll of a
screw up.
3.
Yeah.
But this
exactly.
is just jumping on top of a barrel, so it's not exactly a complex task. So I'll say that's a success.
Okay. And from up here, I am going to strike down at the cult leader with my rapier.
All right. You go slashing out with your rapier, and as you do so, he uses an ability. He uses a reaction.
Oh, no.
Protect the master!
Oh.
And he swaps places with the kobold next to him, who becomes the new target of your attack.
What?
Well, does a 20 hit this little guy?
It does.
So I do 9 piercing damage. Oh. And yeah, that guy is all fungal infested, so he's got weakness 1 to piercing, I believe.
Yeah. Well, he's dead now. So
Yeah.
he literally threw that guy into your rapier because that attack was not going to hit.
That is
bad.
awful.
Okay. Then I'll raise up my buckler.
All right. That is the
Oh,
end
let
of the
me-
round. So
Let me bleed.
This kobold down here is going to. You get rid of your bleed.
I lose my bleed.
All right. The kobold here is going to step up and is going to attack Roark with a spear. This is going to be great. Here it
It's
comes.
gonna be, yeah. Do you want to spend a villain point on that?
No, I do not.
One,
That's funny.
just-
You sure? All right. here we go.
Glorious.
The kobold walks up and rolls a nat 1, which comes out to a total of 4. The opportune
And then
riposte comes in for a 22, which is a hit, which is going to do minimum damage, though, 7.
7 plus 1 since he's weak to that because of his fungus.
And Bard,
Because he is
unless you
fungus
haven't added.
and is vulnerable to the rapier, that does kill him.
Stabbed him right in the puffball.
Yeah. The cult leader is looking like,
Looks like you're out of friends.
He suddenly is very upset that he is entirely out of friends. Well, I was going to roll for all of that, but that's over now. So we're over to Ilana. What do you got for me?
He's upset that he's out of friends, but I'm very upset about what I just witnessed. So I'm going to fail at that produced flame very badly. So I'm going to use a hero point. I'm going to use a hero point.
That is definitely no
to
good.
a 24.
A 24 against the cult leader
damage.
will hit for 9 points of damage. The fire goes streaking out. That did some damage to it. All
and not only is it persistent fungal damage, it is now also... Oh, nope, only critical hits. Never mind. I was going to say the persistent fire damage.
All right.
And I'm going to use my last action to do some battle medicine on myself, because I am hurting.
Get that out of there.
Oh, for not a lot. Okay.
All right, so you do some battle medicine on yourself with your final action and heal yourself for 5. That is not enough to make the bleed go away, I'm assuming, because you're not at full. That is going to be the end of Ilana's turn. Next up is Shensen. What do you got for me, Shensen?
Roll to stop my bleed.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, take 3 and give me a d20 roll to stop the bleed.
Nope.
Not good enough. You are still bleeding. All right, Shensen, we are up to you.
I'm gonna slash away at this this kobold. So
all right.
A little roll 20. There we go. That's a 27.
A 27 is a very solid hit. That is going to do 11 points of slashing damage.
And then the second strike is just a 19.
A 19, huh?
Yeah.
And that is going to come up just shy. The kobold just steps out of the way.
Let's see if he steps into my third slash. He does not.
He does not. No, he nimbly steps aside from that one. Shensen is slashing back and forth, trying to hit this kobold, but does not manage to hit. Yeah, that is going to fail to stop the bleeding. You are going to take 2 points of bleed damage.
Oh, that's easy. It's already clotting. I'll be fine.
I just realized that I think I accidentally took that kobold out of initiative, which is why he didn't go last round. So he is going to go right now. I will just.
He decided to wait in fear of the glory of the dragon.
He decided to wait for his cult leader to go. And he is going to swing his short sword at Shensen. Here it comes.
Why? Why?
Armor class of 31 for 6 points of damage.
All right.
He is going to swing again.
It's also a hit.
Armor class 25 for another 3 points of damage, as I rolled nearly minimum. And, he hasn't got anywhere else to go, so he's going to swing for a third time. A 17 is not going to hit.
Oh, good.
Next up is the cult leader, Roark. As you draw close, he is going to go ahead and cast a spell at you. He is screaming and shouting, and he is going to drop this on you. That DC is wrong. I don't know why his spells are not associated with his DCs, but they're not. I need you to make a will save, please.
You trying to make me off-putting and abrasive? No. That's a 19. That I'm going to stand on.
That is a failure.
Yeah, I figured.
You have been cursed. And it is currently permanent.
Oh, no.
Whenever you roll deception, diplomacy, intimidation, or performance...
You monster!
You must roll twice and take the worst result. And anyone who encounters you has their attitudes towards you reduced by 1 step.
You monster.
I think
It
I
is
have that curse
literally
already.
the worst thing I could have cast at you.
I know. It makes me only slightly less effective in combat, but
Yeah, it's not actually affecting your combat too much, but it will mean that all other kobolds, as he's casting this, he screams at you, "Everyone will know that you are cursed by the dragon!" And then with his final action, he is going to cast Shield. All right.
Thanks for taking that bullet for me, Roark. A real buddy.
Lorne,
just now string of curses.
Lorne, we are over to you.
Hey, Shensen, you got that kobold, right? You can solo it, right?
Yeah, I'm sure I'll be fine. As I'm
Alright, good.
bleeding from like all sorts of stabs.
All right, just to make sure I don't get in a line and get spell-defied upon, I'll shift over, and then I will cast an ancient spell, a spell no one has seen before, called Telekinetic Projectile, right at the cultist leader, and boom. Well, a 20 hit it.
A 20 will not.
Then I
about
will
21?
hero point it.
No.
Boop. Wait, as soon as my thing works, hold up, there we go. Hero point, go! Boom! Will a 32 hit it?
A 32 will hit. It is not a critical hit, though, but it is a very solid
Would a
hit.
Plus
33
1
be a
bard.
critical hit?
+1 bard. Oh, that happens so often. It's so delightful.
Will a 33 be a critical hit?
I hate all of you. Yes, it's a critical hit.
Yes!
You pick up a piece of
I raise
cobblestone.
my staff and go, behold the wizard! And then cast a rock at him.
You damn showboat. All right, that is going to do 26 points of damage. The rock goes slamming into the kobold. Oh, I forgot to roll for his fungal infestation. Let me do that real quick.
Yeah, make sure he
Take
dies.
another 5 from that.
Get us some unguent for that.
And let me go ahead and roll the flat check.
I like to imagine I raised a giant boulder and just slowly raise it above him, and he sees the shadow and he looks left and right, like, huh? And he looks to me and I go, "Hey, mech," as I'm pointing up. He looks up and goes,
You throw a giant rock at him and it spins him around like a cartoon character, but he is still standing. We are back to the top of the order. Or no, sorry, we're at the bottom of the order. Roark, Thunderbird.
I'm cursing in Tengu, which I suppose I have to make up a bunch of random words that it sounds like. But it basically is like.
Jeez.
I'm going to tumble through him.
All right.
Acrobatics. Critical success.
That is
natural
certainly
20
going
for
to make it.
34. So he's flat-footed against my attack. I have panache. I think it's time for the confident finisher.
Indeed.
Alrighty. We still have Bard, right, James?
Yep. Sure do.
Okay. Oh god, that's terrible. I'm gonna re-roll that.
Don't
that
waste
is
my
bad.
bard bonus.
A roll of 4. Total
Yeah,
of
I
19.
know. This will go well. 27.
A 27 is a hit.
So that is 16 points of damage, 9 of which is precision damage.
Your rapier goes slashing out at the kobold, dealing him a grievous wound, but he is still standing. Roark, you still have 1 action left.
Yeah, I don't. I'm just gonna try to finish him off. He's casting spells on me. I don't need my shield. I think we got the 22. Oh, is it? Hold on. Is he flat-footed for the rest of my turn? Let's see what it says.
I vote yes.
Just the next attack. Okay.
Next
So
attack.
no,
So
it's
not
not
this one.
flat-footed. So I'm gonna guess that's a miss because of all of
That
the
is
other math that's
just-
been happening.
That
Yeah.
is just going to miss, yeah.
Ah!
All right. That is the end of Roark's turn. We are back to the top of the order. Ilana. Oh, Roark. Roark, you got rid of your bleed. Never mind.
That's a good point. The
Yeah.
chat just realized I can't attack again after finisher, but
Oh,
I didn't
well,
hit
it missed
anyway, so never mind.
I mean, yeah, that's fine. You have a buckler you could raise. Whatever. That's fine. Ilana.
I hopefully will finish this off. I'm gonna throw some more fire at him. 28 for 12 damage.
A 28 is certainly going to hit. It is going to do 12 points of damage. The fire goes scorching into the kobold. He cries out in pain, but he is still managing to remain standing. Ilana, you still have one action left. What do you got?
5, 10. I'm gonna back up just a little bit more because he's hit me a lot, and I'm still bleeding.
Yeah, take 3 points of damage and
roll
go
another
ahead and bounce me a d20 to see if that comes to an end.
Please. 17.
It does.
Ha. All right. That's better.
All right. That is the end of Ilana's turn. We are back to Shensen.
All right. See if I can finish this little buddy next to me. Give him a. First of all, my bard stuff stops, so that's no longer going on.
Oh no.
And I am not.
However, will you just barely manage to hit?
I will do so by putting it back for this round. For this round only. And then the second action, I stab him.
All right.
That's gross. I'm going to hero point that because we're about done, and certainly this will help.
All right.
Not much better.
Armor class of 20 does hit. Just barely.
It's 21. Okay, so that's actually 14 points because I preemptively took my bar bonus off before I realized I could just put it back.
Well, your scimitar slashes out and manages to bring this fanatic down. He crumples to the pavement in a pool of his own blood.
So that was one action. 2 actions. I moved to there.
All right.
And then find out if standing on that spot is what was making me bleed to death. It was not.
It's the sharp cobblestone on the ground.
I keep stepping on the same rock somehow.
Take 5 more points of bleed damage as blood continues to pool out of you. Next up, the cult leader goes, seeing that he is in a very bad way, looking about as he's about to be surrounded. Everyone else is coming down upon him. He cries out, "You will all pay for this!" And as he does so, he begins casting a spell. A shadowy doorway opens. He steps into it and vanishes.
Cheater!
Really?
Loser! I would have stayed there and bled to death.
All right.
Well, that fungal infestation might kill him.
Well, there is that.
That is true.
Wherever he is.
We're going to find a body just covered in mushrooms in like an episode or two.
Patch somewhere.
It's like the potatoes I found in my pantry.
Yes, just like those. All right. So,
all right, everybody, getting close, and I'm gonna slam my staff on the ground and just heal.
All right. You approach the rest of the party and throw out a heal. As you do so, the courtyard becomes quiet. Finally, after all of the shouting and screaming, the courtyard is quiet. Although that moment of peace is quickly shattered by the sound of a guttural roar somewhere in the distance. You can see strange kind of green light floating up from the town. You're not sure what's going on with that, but you can't directly see it in your vicinity. But something bad is happening.
Oh, it's too far away for me to check a detect magic, isn't it?
Oh yeah, way too far. I mean,
okay.
you can detect magic, the stuff that's in this courtyard, but you could see that.
All right. It's now I'm wondering. It's like, did we cause this? Did somebody else cause there another necromancer we have to worry about, or did we cause this?
I'm sure it wasn't us. I'm sure. And I look over at Lorne. I'm sure.
Grisfell pops up. Wasn't me.
Look.
I mean, probably.
Mr. Grisfell, your core. How powerful is your core?
Well, it's not mine, really. I mean, I just found it.
Where did you find it?
Well, in the mine. You saw it.
Grisfell didn't make it. It's something he found and experimented on. He made the device in which we used to enclose it to negate its magical effects. But this tells us that either someone found it or his casing failed.
He's like, listen, I made that thing with the best scrap platinum I could find. So it's fine. It's fine.
So basically, we have a decision to make. We can leave this town to its fate and rush up to the surface as fast as possible to help rectify, made it to me more than likely, my mistake of burying it in the damn ground. Or we could be the band of bravos and try our very best to help the citizens here, regardless of some who are trying to kill us. Because there are still multiple types of residences here, kobold or not, they are in danger.
So, as you're sitting here discussing, a lone kobold makes his way into the courtyard. And you can see this kobold is kind of dressed nicely. He's got like, a nice tunic and breeches, or at least they were nice, because it looks like he's holding a wound that is bleeding rather profusely. You see him kind of look around, and upon seeing you and looking out at this place, his eyes kind of go wide, and he looks oddly familiar to you.
Is it Snelk? Is it the cousin? Is it Snarl or Toot?
No, it's none of those. This is a kobold. This may be one of the first kobolds you met in town. You think it might be Caxo.
Is that the arena guy?
Yeah. He kind of looks at you wide-eyed and is just like, you see him holding up a blade, but he's not attacking. It's more like in a defensive posture.
I'm gonna hold my hands up and approach like a startled animal. Mr. Caxo, I'm gonna call in undercommon. Do you need help?
What happened here?
Cultists happened here. At least I think they were. I'm very sure cultists happened here. No. We're trying to get out of here, and it looks like you're trying to get out of here as well. I'm going to approach slowly still. Can I help you?
I'm looking for those those priests who might still be loyal. Have you seen any priests?
Not since we were up by the Citadel or the embassy.
He kind of looks on with a grimace as he's holding his side. I ran into some fanatics back there. They got me good.
I'm going to perform a 2-action level, just a small from a distance heal for him. So I don't get too
Shensen,
close.
who's bleeding on the ground.
Shensen, is that the pool of blood around you?
Yeah, I'm waiting for you to get back to the fact that I'm still bleeding to death, and I'm wondering how many rounds have passed.
Was my heal
He has to get the full before it to go away.
So I rolled my d20 to stop it and got a 3, but then I kind of just shut up and tried to be quiet, but I'm still bleeding.
So you can also, on each one of your turns, spend 2 of your actions. Like, you're not in combat anymore, but before each time you bleed, you can spend 2 actions to make another check.
I do that.
All right.
I do that.
I'm going to shoot another 2-action heal at Shensen then.
Why
didn't you say anything?
And there we go. The bleeding stops.
And you get 23 health points.
Thank you.
Why didn't you say anything? Why didn't you say anything?
I was being heroically stoic about it.
I mean, look at her. She's red.
I don't see that on my screen. I have to look at the Twitch stream to actually see.
No, I'm talking physically.
God.
Look, she's covered in red. Like, there's blood everywhere.
I appreciate the aura as a sign of the ever-growing pool of blood.
Well, now that I'm not bleeding anymore, I'll just do this prestidigitation.
Oh, all right. Oh, there you go.
All better. Never happened.
Problem solved. So Caxo looks to you and he says, after you heal him up, he kind of looks down at the wound and he's kind of like, that's much better. Thank you. I was sent out here by Golgamma. She wanted me to see if I could find any allies that we might have left. Things are chaos. It is madness in town.
I look back at the Bravos.
We're helps. We helps. We want to be helping.
We could at least get a better idea of what's going on and what might have caused it. It might not have been us.
You helped Golgamma last time. Would you come with me? Would you help her again?
Yes.
All right, let's go.
Don't look at me. I'm hideous.
Remove curse is not one that I have. Shensen.
I
think it's an
all right,
occult.
I sit down on this wagon and I think things over and wonder if I've leveled up twice, because then I could take maybe once. I don't know.
You
No?
have not.
All right, so then instead I look over at Roark and it's like, which is better, a crow or a raven?
That's a good question. I can't remember what tangos are supposed to be.
That's the curse manifesting. Then I guess I was gonna say, if you said crow is worse, I would say you still look like a raven to me. I'm trying to bolster your spirits.
Fair enough.
So, Caxo is like, come with me. She is hiding at the cracked fang. If you recall, Caxo was the one who brought you there.
Right.
Many months ago when he owed you a good dinner. So, he takes you down the streets here, making your way through Koboldtown. As you are doing so, the town itself is not quiet. There are people fleeing in every direction. There's kind of panic in the streets. And every once in a while, you see the shadow pass over the street, either ahead of you or behind you, as this dragon is still circling the town. And you make your way down the road, and you find yourself on the market street that is just up from the Cracked Fang Tavern. And there, up ahead, you see one of these stone guardians that you saw before. And it is stopped in the middle of the street, and it is like holding its hands up to the sky.
I look at it, and then I just make eyes at Roark. Like, don't mess this up for us.
Oh my gosh!
Fine, I'll just stay back.
I just imagine you're just in a hood and you're just like a crone now. You're just like just crone in the deep hood.
He's one of those unpleasant birdemic birds now.
Flatly CGI.
Lauren will hop up or hop around and speak in Terran at it, going like, "I don't think it'll come down, Guardian."
So, Lauren begins to approach. Looks like Ilana's kind of crept closer. Caxo will kind of cautiously move up a little bit. And this thing is kind of looking, and it is speaking in the kind of tones and sounds of Earth. I'm trying to remember if anyone picked up Terran.
Yeah, that's me.
Lauren did.
Okay. It is saying, "I am the 14th guardian of the stair," and it is looking around, and as it does so, there is wind that comes swooping down this street, blowing dust and debris into all of your eyes, and you hear this sickening crunch of roof tiles collapsing and snapping as landing on the building nearby is the terrifying dragon. It crunches down on the building, staring down at this guardian, and it roars. And at that, we're going to take a little break. So I'm going to give the Bravos a chance to go get themselves another beverage, change their pants. And we will be back in just 5 or 10 minutes here with the second half of this exciting episode. Stay tuned. And we're back. When we went on break, the band of Bravos had just defeated a group of cultists in Koboldtown, which has gone mad. It is filled with chaos as a terrifying undead dragon has erupted from the town's main cathedral and is soaring about the town, causing chaos and panic. you have run into Caxo, the goblin or the kobold leader of the arena and friend of Golgamma, the high priestess, who has been out in town searching for any allies that might still be about to bring them to Golgamma. You have agreed to accompany him and have been traveling through the streets of Koboldtown. There, as you're making your way up one of the old market streets, up ahead, you see one of these stone guardians. You've seen a handful of these throughout your travels down here, always kind of making their way down the stairs and through Koboldtown. Where to, what their purpose is, you have no idea, but they always say the same thing. This one is marching down through the street, and it looks kind of confused, and frightened isn't quite the right word, but it looks frantic. And as you were making your way up to it, calling out to it, there is a blast of wind, a rumble in the ground as the dragon came swooping down from up ahead and landed on the edge of the building, crushing a number of its tiles, sending them scattering down into the street down below. The stone guardian immediately turns to face this thing, and at that, I'm going to need everybody to roll initiative.
It's time, everybody.
Wait, oh no.
It's time. Lorne got a 21.
I got a 15.
Ugh. I got a natural one.
Oh my
Also,
God.
chat, if the music sound is way too bad, just give me a heads up. It's hard to balance some of this.
16. A lot of ones rolling around.
Yeah, that
And
was a
Shensen
terrible
and-
one.
Shensen and Roark, you were given back a hero point thanks to chat.
Hooray! Thank you, chat. I'm going to use it, I bet, like, very soon.
Thanks, chat.
'Cause Dragon.
And let me go ahead and grab this stat block. Here it is. we go ahead and roll this initiative here.
Oh, son
Excuse
of
me.
a- Is that a plus 37? Just really now? Really?
Excuse me.
Really?
So,
Jason,
I wasn't
is
aware
this
this
the-
was the last episode.
Is this the type of dragon that has like a fear aura that makes us run away before our turn starts? Like maybe?
you're not honestly sure, but you are feeling terrified to be in its presence. If it has such an ability, you haven't had to roll to make that save yet. You do notice that as the thing lands here, its sheer presence is like blackening the roof tiles around it and causing the mushwood that is all around it to like rapidly begin to rot and fall away and crumble to like ash just from being near this thing. The mother goes first. She just lets out a terrifying roar this round. Can I get everybody to roll me a will save, please?
Natural 20 for a 33.
Hey.
One got a
I went
16.
that's
Turn that
friend
in-
shaped.
Natural
gonna turn that
6 for a 14.
Turn that from a critical failure to a regular failure.
I'm here to show
Actually,
us what happens when you roll low.
So
I've got my aura going too.
Yeah, so here's how this works. Ilana, you actually that is a you rolled a 20, which would be a critical success if the roll was a success. The roll would not have been a success. So but it wouldn't have been a critical failure. So instead of a failure, you actually get a success, which means you are frightened 1.
Okay, so it's only frightened one.
Yes,
All right, let me find the scaredy face. Oh, you found it. Okay.
we'll do that one. Everyone else critically fails and is frightened
Nice.
4.
Nice.
44.
Thank you.
It's very large and scary, but also it's very fascinating. I've never been this close to anything.
Let me go ahead and bounce a d20 for Caxo here.
And it's a critical fail.
Brave Sir Caxo.
Brave Sir Caxo bravely ran away.
Caxo, like, his scales turn white.
Oh, honey.
Oh no.
He was a blue kobold until just a moment ago.
Hand me my brown pants.
Oh no, Jason already gave us that chance. If you didn't put them on, it's your problem.
That is all the mother does this round. Lauren, what do you got for me?
Attack it. Don't attack it. Run.
In the building! In the building! I'm like, I rush to I assume the tavern's north of us, right?
The tavern is up this way. You were making your way down this street.
Fudge! Okay. What can I do? What can I do? What's okay. I grab Grisfeld's skull.
Grisfeld's like, nope, and disappears inside the skull.
Grisfeld. Grisfeld.
Nope.
Grisfeld.
No.
I take
I don't
Grisfeld's
feel
skull
so good.
off the staff,
No.
and I take a turn, walk up to Ilana, and I hand it to Ilana, going, hold on to the skull.
Lord, what are you doing?
Then it's like, and I basically sort of just hide as quick as I can behind this cart.
Lon, what are you doing?
It's like, we have to get by to the tavern. Let's try to find a way to sneak around. Maybe the dragon will attack the rock thing first.
Caxo has left behind a small pile of kobold droppings, and he looks at all of you and is like, are we dead? Shensen, it's your turn.
I bravely go around the corner and say, Caxo, come over here. It's safe behind the building where you can't see it. Yeah. And I cast shield.
No, all right.
Both of you said
Ilana.
at the same time.
Oh dear. Oh, this is a problem. I'm gonna follow their lead and hi, please move. 5, 10, 15, 20, and just kind of move up in the building and move around things. Just kind of get out of its way. Get under an archway.
All right. Kind of go hiding and skirting underneath cover.
And I look down at this skull. Wait, I still have actions, don't I? I'm just gonna move farther. If we're not attacking it. 5, 10, 15, 20. I'm gonna go, I think that's all 3 of my actions over rough terrain to get around it.
Remember, breath weapons are a thing, and they do large cones of damage.
Oh,
Did you say meth weapon?
No, but if you want it to be that way, sure.
Is this dragon? Whatever.
I'm just gonna
I'm
look
hiding.
down at the skull that's been shoved into my hands.
All right. Well, the Stone Guardian goes. It looks up at the dragon and says, I am the stair guardian, guardian of the stair. And it releases a beam of like earth and rock up towards the dragon.
Ooh. Oh, that's certainly enough to.
I don't think
And I rolled
Jason.
that one.
I don't think that one's gonna do anything, Chief.
Jason,
that one didn't go so well.
I know what it's because you said what you said.
Well, I mean, sure, I guess. All right.
The dragon does not tremble before you.
I was wondering if anyone was ever going to get that reference. All right. And then it's going to fire the earth beam again. A 24. How does that do? Let's see. No, that's not going to do it. All right. And it is going to fire the earth beam a third time. Hopefully. Yeah, no. It is firing the earth beam like desperately up at this thing. The rocks are pelting up against it, but don't appear to have any intelligible effect. It's just kind of pelting up against its bones, but it doesn't appear to do anything. Roark, we are over to you.
How high is the roof of this building?
How high is the roof of the building you're right next to? It's about 10 feet.
Okay. I'm gonna move and climb up on this barrel.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna try to jump up and try to grab the edge of the roof and climb on top of it.
All right. Give me, let's see, horizontal leap, vertical leap up to 3 feet. Okay. Well, give me an acrobatics check.
Oh, sure. I'll just subtract my -4. I'm terrified. Still a 27.
That is great. Yeah, no, you managed to hop right on up there.
Yeah. Okay. And pull myself up, and that might be all my actions.
All right. So, the mother goes. She looks down at the Earth Guardian and with a snarl unleashes a blast of green flame. This is, let's see, from...
You can just say the entire half size of the map. I mean...
Oh, that's not bad.
Honey.
It's mint. It's refreshing.
Yeah, it's meant for healing flavor.
Yeah, it's mint.
Oh, that's a 20d6 right there. Oh,
To start with.
that's a real bit high part of damage right there. No. It's
Let's go ahead and roll these.
it's gonna have a bit of a heyday, and that's a lot of 68.
I gotta be honest, I just kind of wanted to roll that many just to see what it would do.
Is that the only reason the dragon is here?
So, it unleashes a nightmarish vortex of energy that goes washing over this guardian. The guardian is going to need to make a reflex save. It critically fails, and when the blast finally fades from view, the guardian is entirely gone. As is most of this building behind it. The blast, wherever it hit mushwood, the mushwood just crumbled to ash. Wherever it hit stone, the stone like aged and cracked and broke apart. The building behind it is entirely leveled, and with that, the dragon goes swooping off into the air, leaving the rest of you here, ignoring you as if you were ants beneath its notice.
I'm going to run over to here and grab some of these. What are these things on this crate here? Are those like dragon touch bouquets? Do they have powers?
They were, apparently this was a flower shop right here. And all of the roses that were here, or the flowers that were here, have wilted and died just from being in its presence.
I step out of the radiation zone then.
You don't feel any untoward effect now that it's gone. And the fear slowly begins draining out of all of you, but it does take a bit.
So is it going specifically after the Guardians?
You don't know. It goes soaring off. This building is engulfed in kind of this green flames they're dying out relatively quickly. It doesn't look like it's spreading much, but it is consuming everything it touched.
Oh, it's no time to debate, everybody. We must get to the tavern quickly.
All right.
Bring the
Caxo
kobold.
comes out and is like, we should go quick.
Let's go.
Those flames are magical, aren't they?
Climb over and start rushing.
I can't put out those
right.
flames. They're magical.
We can't save this entire town. We can only save the people. The people is what matters, not the buildings.
Well, you go running down the street, making your way back to the Cracked Fang. And let me go ahead and move you here. There we are. you go. Caxo with you still. By the time you reach there, the fear from being near that terrifying creature has finally faded away. It took a while though, and to be honest, you're still shaking. Like just thinking about it, being that close to its presence, has left you feeling kind of weak and unsteady. But you make your way up to the cracked fang, and all the shutters are closed. You don't hear any of the characteristic sounds of music or merrymaking coming from within. As a matter of fact, it almost seems closed until you push open the door, and inside you find a host of kobold priests over here, huddled around High Priest Golgamma, who is there sitting in the chair, wrapped up in a shawl, holding an immense and ancient tome close to her chest. Behind the bar, you do see Snelk, who the moment you open the door, he like pops up from above the bar and is like, come in, close the door.
Whoosh. I'm right up there asking for the fang. Dude, I need some of that fang juice. I just give me the whole thing. I'm just need it.
It's been a rough day.
I need me some fang juice.
Yes.
Snelk is like, yeah, come on back. We're pouring shots back here.
Zoom.
Yeah, back here on the table, they've got the fang out, and some of the kobolds from the kitchen and whatnot come out and grab a drink from the fang. What are the rest of you up to?
I'm gonna go over to Golgamma and throw a tantrum.
Golgamma rises as she sees the group of you enter. And Caxo kind of follows you up. Is anybody else going up to Golgamma?
I'm staying far away so I don't affect anyone's attitude. So I'm crouched in the corner. Don't look at me.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay.
What about you, Lauren?
Yeah, I can rush up and talk to her and be like, yeah, remember that last time we dealt with the what's their faces? Yeah, but they've all gone crazy. They're stabbing so many people throughout town. They're trying to dominate it. Hell, that thing is a god.
Golgamma looks at all of you and she says, my friends, I'm glad to see you. These are terrifying times. Please be seated. We have much to discuss. Caxo, is this all you could find? Caxo is like, all so far, Golgamma. I shall venture back out and see if I can't find more, but the mother, she is soaring around town, lighting fires randomly. It is a nightmare out there. And Golgamma goes, be careful. If there's anyone you can find, please bring them to me, but do not take any risks with your life. You are too precious to us. And he nods and makes his way back towards the door.
I'm going to sit down next to her and it's like, were you there in the temple when that came out of it? What happened?
She looks at all of you and she says, I was not in the shrine itself when the final quake occurred. Fortunately, that building has collapsed. I fled and came down through one of our many tunnels that bore through the mountain and made my way here. I am glad to see that you have survived this. I frankly did not know that you were even still in town.
We actually just got back to town as the major quake started.
She says, yes. And at this, you notice she is kind of clutching to her chest this very, very old looking book. And she kind of absently kind of strokes its ancient cover. This book looks venerable, like it is. All of the pages are crumbling and aged. The cover itself is cracked and has been repaired probably half a dozen times. And she looks at all of you and she says, praise to the mother, and she kind of stops herself halfway through that. It's the wrong thing to say this day. It is fortune that you have been brought back to me, that we have met in this place, in this time. She looks to all of you and he says, your arrival here was serendipitous. The events of the past several months, your arrival. She looks down at the tome, looks back up at you. Tell me, what do you know of a great crystal hidden within a stone prison?
I would ask, what would the book say about that before we answer?
She looks to you. If you know that of which I speak, you must tell me now. I need to know. Do you know of this?
Yes. Know very much about it.
We've at least come across something that looked like a great crystal.
She looks down at the book. She looks at the other priests who are standing around, and she looks to all of them and she says, leave us. And the other kobolds who are clustered around, the other priests, all kind of make their way up to the bar, leaving the table empty, except for the group of you. She says, what I'm about to tell you is a secret that the high priest has known for time immemorial. And she takes the book and sets it down onto the table. The stories that we tell ourselves, the tale of the mother, of the egg, they have comforted us. They have been used as a parable, a myth, to bring us together, to allow us to find a better path, a better future. And she kind of puts her hand on the book. But it is not the truth. You say you have seen this crystal. Tell me what you know of it.
We can summarize or recounting our tale with it.
Oh, I was
Send
just
me
going to
one
look to see if,
and-
are we going to tell her? No,
It's like-
right.
I don't know. At this point, there's no reason to hide it anymore, especially this person. Like even if they revealed it, I doubt they're gonna be able to beat us in a fight. But it's like we're gonna have to find a solution to this. And if this priest knows anything about the crystal, which obviously she does, that can give us an idea, hopefully in that scripture, to be all like, here's how to turn it off.
All
Or
right,
here's how
I'm
to
going to
deal with
put Mr. Grisfeld's skull on the table because he needs to be part of this conversation as well.
Yeah, you put the skull out, but he doesn't pop out just yet. And do you hold anything back, or you just tell her the truth?
I vote to tell her everything. And
Yeah,
like,
we
the party
found
can
it.
vote.
There was lots of zombies. We thought it stopped the zombies. We left it upstairs before we came downstairs because we thought it was too powerful. And we didn't want it to fall in the wrong hands.
And
But
as
now the
you
wrong hands is the
say-
earth.
As you say, we tried to seal its power away by a necromancer who was studying it, created a device in which, from all of his notes, and it seemed very plausible, we could seal its magic. And as we were coming down here to deal with King Bratcrown's, negotiations, we decided to hide it. And whether it be in that vault or somewhere else, we assume that the sealed magic would, stay sealed. But it seems something has gone awry.
She looks at you. As you tell the tale, you can see great sorrow crossing her face. She looks down at the book and looks back up at all of you. She says, you could not have known. When my people first came to this place, to this vault, it was a blessing. They had come from the wild, from the dark places of the world, and here they found a vault filled with opportunity. It was a place that had clean water. It had plenty of room to grow, to expand. There was plentiful food. And for a time, my people were happy. But we were not the only ones to find this place. This place had been created. It was made to be a home to the creatures of the Darklands. As the others came, it became crowded. There was strife. But then everything changed. The mother found the cave, and she took us underneath her wing. And she opens up the book, and this is like, as she does so, like a cloud of dust comes out of it, and you can see very ancient, faded looking illustrated pages written in kind of a very archaic looking kobold script. And she begins flipping through it. And you can see like an illustration of this fledgling city with tiny little kobold figurines, and above it, in like gold stencil, is this dragon shape. It was a good period for me and my people. With the dragon, we gained dominion over this place. And for a time, there was joy. But that happiness turned to ash. The dragon, the mother, as we began to call her, demanded our supplication, our worship. She drove the others from the vault. She claimed that they were unpure and unworthy to live in her domain. Only the kobolds could remain, and yet we still celebrated. But as the years went on, we quickly became to realize that we were not the subjects of the mother, of this mighty dragon. No, we were her slaves. The years passed. Life in the vault changed. The mother began to grow old. She began to search for ways for her life to go on. She wished to live for all eternity. But such magics are foul and evil. She required the lives of others to extend her own. Kobold lives were certainly given, but the others suffered the most. She consumed them. The boggards, the drow, the Durgar, the deep gnomes, the orcs, all the people of the vault were her feast. And it was then that the spirits of the earth took notice. It was they who had built this place in an attempt to build a harmony between the elements, between the people. The mother had upset all of that. And as she's doing this, she's flipping through this ancient manuscript. The dragon, the mother, was upsetting the balance. The lords of the earth were not willing to accept this tilt. And they did war. They came to us in innumerable numbers. These guardians. They came to destroy the mother, and with them they brought with their earthen lord, the one who had slumbered in this place since its creation. It came to set matters aright and did battle with the mother. And despite the fact that it was victorious, the mother's plan had already been set into motion. Its very spirit had been entrusted into a mighty gem, a gem that could not be sundered, could not be destroyed. And once the mother had been slain, this gem began to bring her back to life. The Lord of the Earth in its wisdom was terribly wounded, but even through its pain, it could see the danger that lied before it. So it built a prison to hold the gem, one that would harmlessly siphon away the foul energies coming from it. And thus it has been forever since. The mother has lain dead. The crystal has been sealed away. In the ensuing years, that time of woe, that time of sorrow, passed from story into myth. And so the high priestesses, one by one, slowly reshaped it. We did not wish to remember that shameful time, where we assisted a tyrant. The story of the mother changed into one of benevolence. And so it has been to this day. And now you know the truth.
Oh, dear.
And I'm sorry to say that you have unwittingly played a part in all of this. At that, Grisfeld comes popping out of the skull.
Damn it, Grisfeld.
And he's like, oh boy, that's really bad.
Yeah.
And the mother kind of is taken aback and is like,
oh, sorry. No.
The priestess is like, who is this?
This is Grisfeld, living person, dead person. He's
like, I didn't know. He looks to all of you. He's like, listen, I'm really sorry. I didn't know that's what was going on. I just found it because you could sense the necromantic energy from the surface. And the mother is like, holds up her, or not the mother, the Golgamma, holds up her hand and is just like, this is our failing, not yours. We had long thought this problem was solved and long forgotten. The people of town do not know of it. This knowledge has been passed down from high priest to high priestess for time immemorial. You could not have known.
All right, but we still have to do something to fix it. We did partially cause this.
We've events have happened, so what knowledge do you have or recommendations as Ilana?
We have to put it back.
Yeah.
With the mother being awakened, other foul emanations will begin. This is only the beginning. The mother had many powerful servants who she could call upon. I fear that Koboldtown is doomed.
Ooh.
You do not even have the stone. It is not even on you.
We know where it is.
Oh, that thing was heavy. I ain't carrying that the entire way.
Lord. Mr. Grisfeld, do you remember where you found it?
Grisfeld's like, yeah, well, I mean, I found it with you. It was in that vault that we dug into.
Okay.
Remember, we buried it.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, you buried it just outside of Brightcairn's keep out in the forest nearby.
I for some reason I thought it was in a different vault, and then he moved it to another vault. No, this is the one vault. We have to put it all back. We have to go get it, and we have to put it back in the vault.
Yeah, so let's
Golgamma looks to you and says, it is too late for that.
Yeah, so we need an alternative method, because if us funny folk can get into the vault just nice and easy, it's not going to be much of a security deposit. So what alternatives do we have on the table?
As you're sitting there talking, you notice that the other priests in the room are suddenly kind of freaking out. Some of them are like, "Mother, high priestess," and they are kind of panicking as appearing, kind of drawing up through the floor, are ghostly shapes. They look like kobolds in ancient robes, bedecked in coiling dragon symbols, and they come rising up out of the floor.
No. Oh, do we have to roll initiative?
Whoa!
Well,
And as they do so, their outstretched arms start reaching for Golgamma, and they are like, "Rah!" As they are making their way towards her. I'm going to need initiative.
Yep.
here we go, boys. And I start just throwing chairs with magic. All right, Lorne got a 22 on his initiative.
I've gotten an 18.
Let me go.
I have once again rolled terribly.
15. I'm going to be looking into my cup full of fang juice and wondering if I drank too much, because now I'm seeing ghost kobolds. Should I roll something different than perception for initiative, like maybe athletics, because I've been drinking this stuff?
Can I roll athletics because I've been drinking fang juice? Is that
Grisfeld, you're a ghost.
Yeah.
Grisfeld needs to roll initiative. He can punch ghosts.
You know what? I'll allow it.
Come on, Grisfeld. Be useful except exploding for once.
Yeah, let me go ahead and add a turn for Grisfell here. Let me go ahead and roll that.
Hey, the guy 22, like same as me. I'll let him go first.
And then let me go ahead and roll for my ghost kobolds. There we go. No, they did not roll too well. All right. This is going to be over quick. All right. So Grisfell actually goes first, and he's like, "Wait, I can punch that guy."
Yeah, beat him up, Grisfeld. Give him a go left hook, right hook.
Grisfell goes over and attempts to punch him with his fist.
Yeah,
pretty
good
good
job,
at
Grisfeld. You can do it. Woo!
Grisfell goes up and punches him for 14 points of damage.
Does the ghost die?
No.
Again?
But he will try and punch him again. And he's going to miss. He's like, "Well, I'm not actually trained at fighting."
Duck and wave, Grisfeld. Duck and wave.
Lorne, over to you.
Okay. Dear party members, if I use telekinetic projectile, it ain't just gonna go whiff through them, right?
Well, they're ghosts, so they're not actually like, I mean, in first edition, like non-magical attacks would just pass right through them and stuff, but that's not quite how it works in second edition. They are resistant to all forms of damage, but they still can be hurt by things.
Okay, so like magical damage is kind of like, it's still good to go.
Yeah, their resistance basically, yeah, I mean, you can still hurt them. I don't want to give away all the rules without making a skill check.
No, just to make life easier so chat can also learn, can use an occultism check to kind of identify these, to kind of
Yeah, sure. Go ahead
get a
and
good
give me
feeling
an
of it.
occultism check.
All right, I got a 29.
Sure. So you know that ghosts have resistance to basically all forms of damage. However, there's a handful of damage types that just punch right through that, like, positive energy and ghost touch things.
Yeah.
But against entirely non-magical attacks, like if you throw just like a mug at them, that their resistance is doubled against that. So they will frequently take no damage.
Yeah.
But they could still take some if you roll enough.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got
All right.
it.
So
So
my
we're gonna-
heals will punch right through them.
Yeah, if you AoE heal, you will destroy these.
Well,
Pretty
you have
well.
to do it specifically to damage undead. You can't just heal the party.
Yeah. All right, electric arc. Whoop.
sorry, that's backwards. Actually, you get both now. I forgot about that. Never mind.
Yeah.
That was an old version of doing this.
Yeah, I've done things where I've healed and
You know what?
damaged them at the same
not the
time.
play
You know
test
what?
What are we
anymore.
talking about?
I totally just spaced on that. I was like, that's a playtest rule. Let me just forget that.
It's a whole different game. It's playtest
Yeah.
is like a whole, not even a thing. It's this is a whole thing.
It's
now.
almost as if I have like 7 versions of these rules in my head. All right.
I know, right?
So, Lorne, you are unleashing an electric arc. Is that what I'm seeing?
Yes, electric arc and the arc between
All right.
both.
Let me go ahead and roll reflex saves for the ghost kobolds here. The first one is, whoa.
That's a crit fail.
What is that? I'm going to spend a villain point. That's terrible. Come on.
And then it's
No,
worse.
Come on.
It's not one, baby.
Curse. The
Suck
curse.
it goes when there's something strange in the neighborhood. Who you gonna call? Bravo! Let's go.
So the first ghost just pops.
Wow.
I crit fail it.
Sorry.
And the
I
other one
enjoy
is going to make a reflex save as well and is going to succeed and take half.
all the damage went to 1.
Yeah, well, almost entirely, because with the resistances, that doesn't do nearly as much. 8. All right. So that does a small amount of damage. Lauren, you do still have 1 action left.
No, there's 2 actions. I'll use an action to identify the ghost.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you are correct.
I'm done.
Ilana, what do you got for me?
I'm going to look at this other ghost, and I'm going to take my staff, and I'm going to do a heightened 2-action heal directly at it
All right.
for 21 damage.
All right. So that is a, let's see. I think I need to make a fortitude save? Yeah.
Yes, though why is it 17 and not 21? What?
Who could know? But
It should be 21.
It's a 21. Okay. So I'm going to fail. What did I get there? An 11? Oof. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and spend another villain point. Let me go ahead and reroll that.
The curse.
Quite you.
The curse.
Quite you. All right. I'll take the
Versus.
damage. Shut up.
Just for context for audio people, he rolled a 19, then he rolled a
Yeah.
17. But
Yeah.
it was kind of weird. Is your fortitude save 17, or did it get wrong or something?
It
For
should
mana.
be. Shouldn't it be 21 for spells?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's
Yeah, okay,
whatever
yeah,
your
it's 21
whatever
for
your
you. Okay.
whatever your spell DC is, that's what it should be.
Everything's been
Okay,
21.
okay. It's just an
I
error.
bungled it up when I made the spell. It should be 21.
Yeah, I don't want people to. So she had a save of
Oh.
21, first rolled a
Yeah.
19, and then the curse got 17.
Yeah.
Twice already. Let's do another.
All right. Well, Ilana, you're down to just 1 action left. What are you doing with your final action?
Oh heck.
You got a villain point, by the way, in chat.
Oh, good.
Pity.
Thank you,
a-
chat.
A pity point.
That's not pity. That's for monsters.
Pity point.
Oh, apparently chat says I have it as a divine spell instead of a primal spell, and that's the problem.
That
That'd
would
do
make
it.
some sense.
There we go. We'll fix that in a second. Oh, what else can I do with my 1 action? Not much. I'm actually going to heal myself because I'm still hanging out at 15.
All right. Well, that's just 1 action. You
Boop.
can give yourself a single
3.
heal for 3. All
Why
right.
do I try?
I'm not sure. Shensen.
All right. I am going to take 1 action, take another drink from my delicious Fang juice. Fang juice. And then I put that down and I look across the room at this last ghost and I shoot sunlight out of my forehead tattoo and try to hit him with it.
You want to spend a point on that?
I do. How many do I have right now?
You have 2. No, you'll be at 1.
Spend 25.
Fine Lance.
A 25 with the Divine Lance. The Divine Lance goes screaming across the room, slamming into it, dealing good damage.
Good damage.
Interestingly enough, that is not on my resistance list. Okay. Well, no, that means I am resistant to it. It's not on the exception list.
I was doing evil laugh then on your behalf.
No, that's fair. I appreciate it. So the Divine Lance slams into it. It kind of cries out, but it is still standing after that. You do still have one action left, Shensen.
I spent it drinking.
Oh, that's right. Yes, drinking from the fang.
Yes. Yes.
Now I need a cracked fang T-shirt with the fang that's like drink from the fang.
That's right.
Roark, Thunderbird. What do you got for me?
Squawk! Ah! I'll come out of my corner, and I think it's going to take me 2 actions to get to here.
Certainly looks
right
like
up
it.
next to it. And I guess I'll try to stab it and see what happens. A 19 to hit.
Your rapier goes snaking out towards it, but it's hard to tell where it actually is. So that is going to come up short. That is a miss.
It's immune to weapons.
All right. Rolling at the bottom of the initiative has not gone well for them. However, the ghosts now get to go. The ghost that is right next to you, Roark, is going to attempt to reach out with its ghostly hand and touch you.
Yeah, that'll hit me.
A
That'll
29 for 8 points of damage.
Okay.
And with its remaining 2 actions, it is going to gaze upon you.
Don't look at me, I'm hideous.
You will need to make a basic will save as it does 3d6 to you.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, yikes. I guess I'll spend my last hero point, so that's not a natural 1.
That is a
Will
critical
save.
failure, yeah, with the 1.
I will do the exact same thing.
Wow, double 1.
Jeez.
That is impressive.
Yeah, I'll
which
take
means
28 damage.
You get to really enjoy that 28 points of damage.
It's like legit the curse, because I think that only happened because of your outcastness.
Yeah.
Oof, ouch, my vitality.
So, the final one that materialized outside the building passes through the wall and is going to attack Golgamma.
A snake attack, huh?
Yep. That is going to hurt Golgamma.
I mean, what do you mean? She's like a level 30 creature with 500 AC. I mean, an 18
She's like
sitting
a
in.
80-year-old kobold
And
in a shawl.
and that dragon's like 5,000. So age is just a number, man.
Yeah, so is her arthritis. So, and then with the ghost's third action, he's going to attempt to reach out and strike Golgamma. Oh, a critical hit!
Well, she's dead. NPC's gone, boys.
The ghost reaches out and just begins choking the life out of Golgamma. The high priestess cries out. She's still up and fighting and trying to fight off the ghost, but her hands are passing right through it, despite the fact that it is clearly choking her and choking the life out of her. Next up is Grisfell.
Spit him out, Grisfell.
Is going to go charging through the table and do a flying tackle at the ghost.
Can you do like a flying kick instead, like a drop kick? Just whoop.
No, he just kind of goes running through the table and then just like dives.
I want Grisfell to be a wrestler.
That's kind of a wrestling move. He's just trying to, I don't know.
So he doesn't have this because ghosts don't normally have this, but we're gonna just go ahead and roll a d20 for him here because they don't give him that.
And he
Oh,
rolled
one!
a Villain point. Villain point.
Does he forget? Does he forget to stay on the ground and just kind of phases to the ground? Do ghosts do that if they forget? They just float through the ground.
He kind of dives and just goes straight past and out of the building.
But wait, he can't go that far. Because he has to be
you're
saved
totally
with the
right.
skull.
He gets to that point and just disappears.
Oh, Lord.
He got too far away.
We call that move the grave down under.
For his third and final action, he will reappear next to the skull. And he's like, you didn't see nothing.
Good job, Gritzfeld.
He kind of hangs his head and he's like, I tried. All right. Lorne, we are back to you.
And let you gawk again. Let's go. Zoop. Got to awk between both of them. Let me double check, make sure I'm not like jinxing here. Hold up. We got one and yeah, we got both.
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So they both need to make reflex saves. Yeah, let me see. Okay, so the one that's in front of Roark is going to fail, which causes that ghost to electrify and vanish.
Nice.
And then the one in front of Golgamma is going to fail as well and take 13 minus 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. All right. The electricity kind of courses through it, but it is still up and fighting. Lauren, you still have one action left.
I'll cast shield just in case.
All right. Ilana.
Oh, right. I am going to shoot a 2 action. Oh, I got first levels left. All right. 2 action heal spell at this one directly north of me. Why are you also 17? You should be primal.
You didn't set it to primal, probably.
I set the second level one to primal. There we go. And that's much worse damage.
All right. Well, 10 points of damage. Let me go ahead and make a fortitude save here. I'm going to make it. So I only take half, which is 5 points of damage. But that does punch right through my resistance. The ghost kind of cries out as the healing energy hits it, and parts of it are shredded away. Ilana, you do still have 1 action remaining.
To heal Golgamma right next to me. Why do I... Okay.
Yeah, you gotta set them
for 3 damage.
You want to go ahead and set it? Yeah, go ahead and set it correctly. But yes.
Shensen, we are back to you.
Well, no, it's just the damage, not the primal.
No, it still says divine spell on it.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, it's a struggle.
I'm going to go ahead and kind of just sing out drunkenly to inspire confidence, encourage everyone, and the last remaining ghost, I'll shoot goodness into his brain.
All right.
There it is. 22.
A 22 is going to hit. That is going to do 14 points of damage, but it is resisted a little. The ghost kind of cries out as it hits, and it's cursing in kind of ancient kobold. Shensen, that is the end of your turn. Roark, we are over to you.
If I saw that ability thing right, I'm also stupefied at the moment.
Oh, that is true, actually, yes.
I'm just having a bad day.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stumble over here, and I'm going to attempt it. Electricity can hurt him. All right. And then I try to cast a spell, and I fail.
No. The subtitle of this adventure is Roark's Really Bad Day.
I'm sorry, you don't get to play today, Roark.
Terrible,
Roark's
no
horrible.
good, awful, really bad day.
I did a critical at the beginning of that fight before I got cursed, so I'm okay. I'm happy.
All right. Well, it is back to the ghost kobold. So this ghost kobold is going to spend 2 actions to cause every bit of debris and silverware and cups, everything within 30 feet of it rises up from the table and just goes spinning around the room, hitting just about everybody. I need everyone to make me a reflex save as you are all bludgeoned by cups and forks and knives and chairs and dinner.
There you
Oh
go,
my
Roark.
God.
Happy with this.
Terrible.
Are you kidding me? Another natural one? All right.
I like how
tried to do a
on
point earlier.
brand you're being.
Roark got a 14 and I've got a 15.
On got a 26.
There. I rolled. I got a 30. So
Okay.
take
well,
that, ghost.
Is my
a-
25 enough for me to grab my fang cup or grab the fang before it gets swept up?
Sure. So let's see. Roark, you are going to succeed, but not critically succeed, just barely. Ilana, you are going to fail. And everybody else is succeeding. Okay, so here's the damage. It's
Okay.
12, so everybody takes 6 except for Ilana, who takes 12.
Great.
And let me go ahead and bounce a d20 for Golgamma. She's the only one we really care about. She is going to make it and take half. Some of the other kobolds get bludgeoned, but they'll pull through. All right, and with its third and final action, it's going to attempt to strike Golgamma again. A 27, technically. I think that's actually 5 lower because I think that the other thing counts as an attack. So let's see. That is going to do another 10 points of damage. Okay, still gonna hit. Hold on. Golgamma's looking pretty beat up as this thing tries to lash out at the High Priestess. It's pretty clear these ghosts are intent upon taking out the leader of the benevolent side of the Mother's faith. That is the end of the ghost's turn. Lorne, it is back to you. This ghost is screaming in rage as it tries to rip Golgamma to pieces. What are you doing?
I'd like to do some shocky stuff again.
So I would like to take out a permit for shock time.
Yeah, for shock time. But I apologize. I should probably been doing this as everyone's turns was going, but I was trying to multitask. But it basically is like, okay, the shocking grass. Do I apply my ability modifier to it or no? I forgot.
Shocking grasp.
Yeah, off the top of the head. I don't know if anybody.
Well, I don't need to do top of the head. I can actually look at the spell here. Give me just half a second. On a hit, it does 2d12 electricity damage.
That's it.
You do not add your
Okay.
ability modifier to it.
You do add +1 bard bonus.
Yep.
Yeah,
If
I
it is
put some
heightened-
but yeah, it is heightened and will go.
If it is heightened, it gets an extra d12.
Will a 19 do it?
Does a 19 hit? Well, let's see.
So people know I'm also using my reach spell feat to make shocking grass a range spell for 30, and I'm doing it at the ghost. For context, as it's all 3 of my actions.
So a 19 is unfortunately a little short.
And hero points. Let's see if I get cursed. And I did get cursed.
So, quick question: Did you apply the bard bonus?
No, I did not. So it would be a 20.
All right, in that case, you hit. God, stupid damn bard bonus. All right.
I'm gonna keep the hero
that's why I
point then.
keep
What you
trying to-
get for throwing a dragon at us?
That's why I keep trying to butt in and I'm trying to help
No.
people out. And
That's
do
fine.
their
You're
thing.
good.
All right.
So
with
my
that,
big
22
+1s.
damage.
All right. You reach out with the blast of electricity, and it courses through the ghost, and the ghost just kind of pops and vanishes. Leaving you in this room quiet now. As it vanishes, all of the things that were flying about just kind of slowly settle as if the tornado of force has given up the ghost, as it were, and everything kind of falls back down to the table. And all the kobolds are just kind of looking around, some of them holding grievous wounds, and the mother turns to look back to all of you. As you can see, we are in a precarious situation.
I see.
I'm a medicine and assurance and give Golgamma back 11 points because she got smacked around by the ghost.
She says, thank you, child, as she rubs her old withered claw arm where you tended her wound.
Roark, come here.
You look over and Roark's got one foot in a bucket. He's got a bag over his head.
Oh. 12 for Roark.
Yeah, Roark is over there and he's like covered in food. Like he took a plate of like mushroom spaghetti right to the face.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna take care of me too because I'm feeling a 6 out of 52.
All right. So Ilana goes about to heal folks.
And I'm
And-
out of spells.
Golgamma says, I fear this is only going to get worse. This town is going to tear itself apart.
I reckon tell Koboldtown no more.
I fear that none of us are powerful enough to defeat the mother. Now that she has returned, she will establish dominion over this place. I do not know what we could possibly do to stop her.
Oh no.
Well, the
about
object
the
up on the
Mabogo?
surface might be part of the key, and you're all right, the Mabogo might be powerful enough if we lead the dragon to it.
But also, is it just circling Koboldtown, or is it like taking the long way around the whole Forever Vault?
Well, at the moment at least, it's just flying around Koboldtown, causing complete chaos and panic.
Well, we could guide everybody up to the surface, and well, there's more people for King Brightcrown, I suppose. But
Golgamma looks to all of you and says, I have an idea.
we are all ears.
After the battle with the mother, the Earthen Lord was horribly wounded, and it returned deep within the vault to the deepest recesses. There, in the bowels of the earth, it returned back to a place we call the Earthen Throne. While many just view this as a geologic waypoint in their journey through the Darklands, us of the clergy know differently. It is the place where the Earthen Lord rests to recover from its wounds. It does not heal as you or I does. Stone heals slow. And there it has rested until this day. You know where the heart is, where the mother's soul is. She looks to you.
Yeah.
You know where it is?
Yes, we can go retrieve it.
Then I must ask you to do this. I need you to travel to the surface. I need you to retrieve the stone and bring it back here. It cannot fall into the mother's clutches, but if we could get it back to the throne, we might be able to use it to lure the Lord out of his slumber. Perhaps he can help us out of this mess. And that is where I'm ending today's adventure. I want to thank you all for watching this exciting episode of the Band of Bravos. I have really been enjoying this story. I want to remind everybody that we are off next Friday for the holiday here in the US, so there will be no session next Friday. So our next session will be December 4th at 2 p.m. Pacific time. I hope you will join us all there. Before we get going, though, as always, I'd like to throw it around the horn and allow everybody to tell you where you can find them on the internet. James, we will start with you.
Hi, James Jacobs. I'm the creative director for Pathfinder. Played Shensen today. You can ask me all the questions you want about Pathfinder and all that over at the Paizo forums, paizo.com.
Hey guys, I'm Maryssa Marie. I played Ilana Thistlefoot today. You can find me on the forums and all of the social media at Maryssa Marie, MarySsa Mari.
Hi, folks. Apparently, all of my bad luck from last Friday the 13th was stored up until now. I'm Jason Keeley, Starfinder developer. You can find me on Twitter at Herzwesten, HerzWesten.
And I am Peyton Smith. I am the social media producer here at Paizo. And thank you so much for all the players for playing with me. Thank you, everyone, for watching. And thank you, Mr. Bowman, for another exciting episode of Band of Bravos.
Yeah, I have to admit, everybody, this campaign has been a blast. I'm really looking forward to see where it goes from here. I am Jason Bulmahn. I'm the director of game design at Paizo. You can find me at Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, all of those at /Jason Bulmahn. That's JASON BULMAHN. If you feel like some more Pathfinder fun, tomorrow is the start of the semi-final rounds of Maul over on my channel. That'll be starting at 4 p.m. We're going to be fighting a Minotaur versus a bunch of goblins, so it should be a lot of fun. I think that's about all I got here for this week, everybody. We will see you, as a reminder, we will see you in 2 weeks on December 4th. We hope you will be there for the next installment of this exciting adventure. Take care, everybody. Have yourself a good holidays. If you're here in the U.S., stay safe, wear a mask, all that stuff. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
So long. Farewell.
Bye.
Bye.